NFL regular season, folks. Here we go. And what a game we have to start, Charles. A rivalry showdown between the Packers and the Vikings, two teams who have really defined the NFC North for some time.
So let's face it, fans in Detroit, fans in Chicago don't want to hear it, but you nailed it, because one of these two has won 13 of the last 15 NFC North titles. In Green Bay, they're on a 3-year streak with 13 wins in each of those seasons. The Packers are obviously heavy favorites, but if Minnesota can get above its 8 wins from last year, they've got a chance to challenge Green Bay for this division crown.
And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Leading the Packers offense out here, the same man who has been doing so since 2008. That's the great Aaron Rodgers.
Even as he nears age 40, Aaron Rodgers' game isn't taking a single backward step. He became only the 4th player to win back-to-back MVP awards and led Green Bay to its 3rd straight 13-win season. He avoids turnovers better than anyone in football at the quarterback position. And Green Bay, they are always a front runner with him under center.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. The Vikings here hosting Green Bay in the season opener. And they've got one of those quirks in the schedule that is going to work in their favor. They play all 3 of their division home games in the first 5 weeks of the year. After Green Bay today, they'll host Detroit in week 3 and then Chicago in week 5. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Rodgers. That's complete, and once again it's Cobb. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that could be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. Tunyon's got it on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. Well, that's how you use your safety valve, CD. He didn't appear to be the intended target, but they got it to him, and he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st.
And what a great example of where we are right now in the NFL, because if you're a running back, you're not just going to carry it. You got to catch it out of the backfield as well. Those combo guys, they're the ones everyone wants on their team.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Again, it's Jones. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Working from the gun. Rodgers. Caught by Cobb. And he'll be brought down at the 27. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team, because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Zadarius Smith able to get him down. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw is Rodgers. Throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Rodgers going to throw. Caught on the right side by Jones. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. We're scoreless after 1. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. They go back to the ground with Jones. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Calling no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. To throw, it's Rodgers. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Johnson's kick is good, and the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So our initial drive this afternoon results in 3. Not sure that that's a statement necessarily, but getting points on the road, never a bad thing.
You're exactly right about that. I love how you framed it, right? Not sure it's a statement, but at the same time, you're putting something out there, aren't you? Letting them know, hey, we came to play today.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And a short pickup to about the 25.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, here's Cousins, escaping the pressure right. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. A big play there for Minnesota. 46 yards.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago.
Matt LaFleur loudly voicing his objections to that previous call. He's going to throw out the red challenge flag. Feet in bounds. That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So Matt LaFleur had it right. They'll wind up winning that challenge. Jordan Berry out to punt on 4th down. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday nighter of the new season. And how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas, 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in Week 1 this year. And it'll pit the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And, of course, where is it? Seattle. Coincidence? We'll let you decide. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Rodgers. And his throw here is incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that will be incomplete as well.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Pulled in at the 24. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give him 5 on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. And this will lose an effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to again amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked Outland up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, Kai just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
This one complete to Tunyon underneath. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a 1st down. Now Rodgers. He'll go right back to Tunyon. Only able to gain a couple there, and that will bring up 2nd down. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. 2nd and 8. Throwing is Rodgers. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth.
Now Sterling Hoffrichter set to punt.
Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7-0 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Eluding the pressure right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle.
And this is incomplete. Well played defensively. Nearly had the interception. But it's second down.
To throw again on second down. Cousins flush to his right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. They'll throw now on the final play. Steps away to his left.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago, where it was the visiting Niners who were able to come away with the road victory. Ray McLeod, over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown catch as well. Next, we head off to check out another game, and they have the lead in that one over the visiting Raiders. Austin Eckler, 2 touchdown runs on the afternoon. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And things didn't work out for them as they fall to the visiting Philadelphia Eagles.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd.
Miles Sanders, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zones. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the 3rd quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stout troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. Well, they've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the times you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball.
Got a man inside the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big pickup of 38. And you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run with Cook. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there. But that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They try again with Cook. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level. Make sure that block's secure before they slide off.
It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. C.J. Hill, a 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Vikings have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw the football. And how about how he ended it? Boy, he had some zip on that throw.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an arm like that. Results in the touchdown here. Great play offensively.
Greg Joseph on for the extra point.
And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it's polished off by a Viking score.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2.
And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field.
While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Rodgers to throw. That's complete to Cobb. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Rodgers to Cobb, good for a Green Bay first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Rodgers. That's complete right side to Lazard. Touchdown, Packers. Alan Lazard, 51 yards.
And the Packers have taken the lead here this 3rd quarter. And Johnson's extra point up and good.
And the lead is now 10-7. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the result, a Green Bay score.
Taken at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They had gotten the lead with the opening drive touchdown in the 3rd quarter. Now they relinquished that lead back. Could be in for an interesting 2nd half.
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Almost turning into one of those pendulum games, right? Where it swings back and forth, and who's going to make the play?
Picked off by Jair Alexander.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hands.
A check down here to Jones. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Here's Rodgers. Right side to Watson. And the Packers have got a first and goal as he's out of bounds at the 4. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. And they'll try again here, first and goal after the false start. Throwing now is Rodgers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Packers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. And Johnson's extra point up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Here's Johnson, set ready to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. They go play action. Cousins out to his left. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Cousins on first down. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He flew that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing is Cousins. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To the air again, it's Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Joseph's got it, and they're back with a touchdown. It's 17-10. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each ending in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? They've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack, or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Operating from the gun. Rodgers. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off the linebacker. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. He's going to get it again. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. But we are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. (17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the returns. The Packers offense now. They get ready to head back onto the field. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. So the completion good for just 3, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw. Rodgers. They'll find Lazard here over the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Rodgers teaming up with Lazard there for a Packer 1st down. An inside give to Jones. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 43 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Up the middle, Jones. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the 1st by a few yards. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And this one is no good. A costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth. Well, listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their background. They're all county, all state, and other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down. Cousins. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield.
Yeah, boys.
Are you kidding me? One of the most improbable ways to finish a game. And they do it on the final play. Absolute bedlam. You can forget overtime. What a finish. And this crowd in a frenzy.
As well they should be. That's the type of ending that you actually pay money to see. And when it turns out in your direction, oh yeah, you feel real good about that one. Let's face it, there are a few people who travel to see their team. They're not happy, but overall, this crowd is loving what they just saw.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Vikings, that'll be a happy locker room as they start the season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears.
And for Charles Davis at our...